in Classroom 33, we're going to talk about safety networks, okay? And how it works, and how you can best stay safe within your neighborhood and around the community of people. It's networking. Everything is networking, okay? The entire system that we are living in is networking. Okay, what does this mean? It's connect. This is why they call it the matrix. The matrix is going to exist whether you are in the matrix or out of the matrix. The matrix always exists, okay? It's called a simulation. And as long as you're a simulating character, which you are similar in characters, so you would have to be simulating some type of programming, okay? Now, the program is based on audio and imaging, okay? What you're taking in shall be what you're programming yourself to become, okay? And this is just a fact. If you don't like the facts, well, guess what? I didn't create it. It's not my creation. It's the Creator's creation, and you must give respect to the Creator, God, okay? The Most High. He built the system. He turned on the firmament light, and he allowed you to see a blue sky every time he turns the firmament light on. Correct? Is that not why they call it daylight? So then you get to see the night light, and it looks a lot darker. It appears to have stars that appear to be far away. An appearance. It takes 7 miles, 7.5, something like that, to get to the top before you can exit outside of the realm and see the firmament light for itself. Okay? You can't actually see the full picture, the full spectrum, until you step outside to see the firmament light and how the sun actually works with the firmament light. Okay? The sun is in the sky to create the realm's light. Okay? That's why you see daylight. And I believe it to be possibly that it's spherical and it's round. Which means the land is spherical, but the actual, what we're living in is a ball. The appearance of a ball. Now, we're not spinning like a ball. We're also tilted, which will give you the flow pressure of water. Okay? It should give you the pressure flow. Allow water to move. Rock back and forth, giving you high and low tides, allowing you to have a pull and a pulling and drawing away. Okay? This is due to the sun and the moon. And the moon is negative, lesser light, and then the sun is considered a greater light. It's the positive and the negative. They're pulling on each other, allowing you to get higher and lower tides, rocking the ocean. Okay? With a magnetic pull system, with gravity also being involved. Okay? So let's talk about this safety network. And I got a question to you. Who's laughing now? All I've heard was crickets in the audience. Realized I was watching a game in India. Very quiet. We had to be quiet because, the next batter was up, and he was a good one. He's looking to take the lead. So safety networks. One of the safety networks is always being on the lookout. Okay? Being aware of your surroundings. Who's in your surroundings and how are they acting? If you're not paying attention, you're in trouble. Already. Because you don't know what's going on. To have eyes in the back of your head. Surrounding locations. Okay? Let's just say if we were in a Boston Marathon situation and another bomb was going to go off. If you didn't know what was going on around you, you're just so focused on the run, you're done. right? You might have got hit by the bomb. But if you would have keep your eyes on what's going on around at all positions as you're running down the field, you have what they call the field's vision of the entire field, not just focused on the middle of the field, because if you focus on just the middle, you're going to throw a pick to the left or the right because you're not going to see the defender. Okay? You're going to be focused just on that middle, and then middle linebacker will read them eyes and notice that he's going to tell his guys on the right and left, he's good to go. You can pick him. And you throw a pick city. Okay? So your surrounding locations, you want to be aware of everything that's going on. This is how you become a special ops. Okay? Secret Service. Special agent. Somebody high in the military that's secret. Comes in here dressed casual like me, you never suspect him. But he is working for one of the highest clearance locations. Okay? He comes in there, smooth talker. He's got always something to say, but it's smooth. He knows how to get himself out of a problem. He's trained to do that. And the next part you want to understand about safety network. You first take a look around at your surroundings. Now you want to take a look at the people, places, and things that are occurring in the certain location you're observing. You are an observer. Correct? You observe things in your life? Okay, so people. Now you're in a surrounding location. You got a bunch of people in this location. They're all in this specific place. And they're all doing specific activities, the things that they're doing. They're doing some type of activity, whether it's eating, whether it's reading a book at a bench. They're doing something. And if you got to keep eyes on every tab, everybody. You could pick up on a kidnapper. If you were in the right location at the right time, you would see the kidnapper and you would chase him down and you stop him. That would be your job. You were sent there by God. It wouldn't be by coincidence that you saw him. You get them while you get them. And at the risk of your life to save a child. Your life over a child's life, worth it. Let the little kid live. But if you didn't do nothing, I'm going to consider you a coward. Sorry, shade. But you ain't got a brave heart. You froze up in the moment. You're waiting for the pose on you thought they were snapping photos of you, so you froze and took a pose. So people, places, and things, surrounding locations will help you in your safety network to safely move around these cities, towns, and suburbs. Okay? The next thing is confrontation. Okay? Beware of confrontation. The more you are aware of not creating confrontation, the more you can bypass the safety network and hack into it. Why? Because you're hacking into their networking system. Whether you see it that way or not, I'm a hacker. Every person I communicate with, if I'm communicating with them, that's called hacking into the communication system. All I got to do is talk to them a certain way and I can get information from them. I can get anything I want from them. If you do it correct, you can hack into them and gather any information you need out of that character, unless it's a high value secret. Those are very hard to get and it takes a lot longer. You need to build a relationship. That takes years to get high value target information. So beware of confrontation. This is why they do the FBI. They do all that with the Secret Service and stuff. They send in agents that look like me. They go undercover for 5 years because they're looking for the high value hacking information, which is hacking in through the communication system to get the communication to be spoken And once it's spoken, it's been spoken. And now he's just giving something from the vault. Okay, and he's giving you the vault key to the vault. Now you got all his money. And we're draining his account. He's going broke today. It's going in my account. Okay? So beware of the confrontation. Because the more confrontational you are in life, the harder it is for you to connect to people, places, things, and to get by the safety network that you're looking to survive in. You're looking to survive through safety. You're surrounding locations full of these people, looking for confrontation. Okay? They're looking to start a problem. Give them a problem, they'll give you a problem back. This is when an argument breaks out. Okay? So beware of the confrontation, which leads to an argument. If you get in an argument, you're in trouble immediately, because you're not going to know how to pull yourself out unless you were smart. The smart ones say, hey, look, buddy, you got it. Okay? Whatever you say goes. Okay? And then you just walk away. And that way, he's not planning the next attack. Okay? So during the safety network, beware of the confrontation, which will lead to a planned attack. So we have this planned attacker who's planned this plan out during a confrontation you had with the character. Maybe you got into a car wreck, okay? You wrecked into his car. Now the guy decides to want to follow you home to find out where you live. Once he finds out where you live, it was a female that hit him. Now he's come there to rape you. You could run into a situation like that. He comes in the middle of the night, hit you with the gagger, and takes it. And you're not willing to give it up, so you may end up losing your life. You have to be aware, be cautious, because there are people out there, perpetrators, we call them. Perpetrators, okay? They betrayed themselves, their loyalty. They became dishonest, unloyal characters, and they walk around towns, cities, and suburbs all around our country and around the world looking for confrontation. So this safety network will help you. The next thing is you want to become trained. Trained in body language. You want to be able to see the body language of the movement, read it, understand it, and compare the two differences between the communication and the body language. Do they match? You have to look to see if they're matching, because if they're not, something's off. Something's not right about the character. What it is, you have to figure that out if you stick around long enough. It could cost you your life, though. Could be one of those. Best thing you can do is just opt out and say, hey, look, we'll catch up another time. When I see you, I see you. And that's how you keep it. He'll think about hurting you, but he won't do it. She'll think about hurting you, but she won't do it. They won't commit to it. So the planned attacker, what he needs to do is to commit to the act. That's the next piece. Committing to the act. Once they commit, it's over. You're dead. You lost your life. Or you lost a daughter. Or a son. Somebody you love. Maybe an aunt and uncle. Husband beat her to death. Found one of those victims. Happens every once in a while. He loses control, drinking too much, beats his wife to death. Hit her in the back of the head, the soft spot. Busted her head wide open. Brain matter was everywhere. Okay? Simple push. Like this during a hot argument. She could trip, back, fall, back on her head, hit the bone back there, split her brain wide open, and brain matters everywhere, and you only got so much time to get her to the hospital, or she's dead. Most of the time, he's freaked out, he's drunk, and he doesn't give a F. So what happens? He leaves her there. Comes back later, finds out she's dead. Now he's cleaning the body up by rolling her up in a rug and duct taping it all together and trying to put her in the trunk. Now we're driving her down the road, down one of these dusty roads where there's a bridge, and now we're going to dump her at the bridge and leave her there. Clean everything up with bleach, hoping that we don't leave no evidence. Then the police show up, they come to investigate the murder. The investigator immediately notices that there was a fight in the house. So he knows that it's possibly the husband who committed the crime. And this was because he committed the act. Because he was in a confrontation with his wife in a certain place at a certain time. The thing happened called the planned attack. Okay? He planned this out through response. Okay? Responding to the feeling. So be aware of the voice. Okay? That's the next part. The voice of Trish. The voice of Trish. This is the first incident in the Garden of Eden. Okay? The voice was tricked, told not to eat the fruit that you shall bear witness to if you eat the fruit. The devil in the Garden of Eden tells the woman to eat the fruit, that you shall surely not die. Gave her an idea in her mind, giving the first trick. It's called a magic trick. If you've never been tricked by magic, the illusion of the eye and the ear shall hear the word spoken, but the eye was deceived by the fruit. It looked so beautiful that it could have been nothing wrong with it. It was innocent to her from the look of it. She was innocent to proven guilty. Found in a bush, hiding, paranoid. Some type of hallucinogenic drug. Some type of drug. You ever been paranoid on drugs? How many people has been paranoid on drugs? Especially when the police is around. You talking about gods in the area? Holy smokes. That's worse than the police. Shoot, the creator showed up. Y'all ain't scared. Let me see it. I know when the boys showed up and everybody's got drugs in the house. What we gonna do, boys? What we gonna do? Fuck it, fire up the door. Pow, 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 pow. Gunfight. So, your safety network's already been tampered with. And this is because your voice has been tricked. And this is what's going on inside these voices, inside these minds with the characters. Okay? We're playing tricks. Who can trick the next character into believing what I say to be true? Okay? If I tell you to go kill yourself, I'm going to trick you, right? I'm going to give you a trick. Hey, buddy, why don't you just go kill yourself? He says, you know what? Fuck it, I will. And he goes and kills himself. Well, I tricked his ass into really go kill himself. He was so stupid, he believed the trick. Okay? And what happened when he was dying? He said, I didn't want to die no more. I believe that's what every character says. Okay? In their final moments, when they're dying, They regret everything they've ever done in that very moment. And that's the moment between you and the Creator. Because you realize you're not all that tough. You talk a good game, you act tough. But your intelligence states otherwise. The stupider you are, the dumber and further you are from intelligence, which means you can't beat somebody who has strategic plans. Somebody with a strategy plan. Somebody who can dominate the force field. Somebody who can manipulate energy by turning it back on the sender. And what happens when you trick the voice? What happens is they can become suicidal. They can start having high anxiety. Depression's there. Worries, the fear. This is all the tricks of the mind. This is the fruit you shall bear. When you got tricked into the devil's plan. Okay, the devil planned it out. He plotted on the male. If he could get the female to destroy the male, that would destroy the image of God, and immediately they would both look like the image of the devil. First, starting with the female. She'll be the image of the devil because she plays mainly the image of the devil on the planet. She plays the number one part. She is the devil herself. To say I'm a liar is to say that you don't play the tricks, the mind games. Do you not play mind games, lady? Then we know I'm speaking the truth. Why you wear makeup? Because you're hiding. What? What are you hiding from? You're trying to trick us into that you're beautiful when you're not? Come on now. You want to identify as another image when you're really this image. You want to put the fake lashes on. You want to put all the cute little earrings on your ears that dangle from the ear. But then when you take them out, you got big old holes in them. Look like you've been shot in your ear. Somebody done hit you with the BB gun. Shot you up. So now you're just a mess, okay? When I walk into a room, the last thing I want to see is a girl tattooed from head to toe. Okay? Immediately I'm turned off. Why? I didn't come here to go see this artist, okay? I thought it was a portrait. You know, I thought it was like somebody said we were going to an art show. I was like, no, man, this ain't no art show. Dude, she's not the art show here, brothers. I'm sorry. She's fucking tattooed head to toe, got sleeves, legs, and leg sleeves, and she looks like a mess. All of a sudden, next thing you know, her pupils are going to be, not her pupils, the white of the eye will be tattooed. She'll give a little cut down her tongue and be called a slithering snake. Because that's what snakes do. Okay? That's why beware of tattoos, okay? That's going to be taking you away from your safety network, okay? Because immediately what you're going to do is demonically identify yourself as demon, okay? The image of the demon. You're going to identify with demons. You're going to like tattoo, that the artist who tattoos it is going to tattoo it on you. Let me put this demon on you. This one look beautiful on you. It'll trick you, convince your voice into believing that this tattoo will make you look better. And it makes you look worse. You weren't the innocent child anymore. You're the bad girls. Okay? The bad boys. The ones who don't hear to anything or listen to anything that sounds good. You do everything that's opposite of the voice of good. You hear the voice of evil. And you shall be dealt with according to the laws that you broke. So going against the voice of God, you got the voice of tricks, the voice of evil. The next plan on this safety network is in and outs. Knowing your in and out locations. You always got to know your ins and outs. If not, you're in trouble. How to get in and out of a location the fastest. What if a fire breaks out? One of the exits is not usable, which is one of the out locations. So knowing your ins and outs will get you through the safety network, okay? Because you're going to need to know how to get in and out of these tricks that are going to trick you inside your mind. You're going to have to learn how to defeat it in order to not commit to the act that you may commit to. Whether the act be good, then it's good. If it's evil, you're committing the act of the trick. Okay? This was a planned attack by the devil itself. He confronted you by whispering in your ear. You couldn't even see him. He's just such a sneaky bastard. He comes up behind you because he never faces you face to face and whispers something in your ear. You heard it as a voice, okay, as your voice. It was actually somebody behind you whispering in your ear called the devil about to trick you, okay? He met you at a certain place, time, and even met you through a person. He could introduce himself as Bob, the next door neighbor, okay? But he's the devil itself. In the surrounding location of your location, he will meet you. He'll create something like a conversation at first, and then it'll lead to a confrontation to get a reaction out of you, okay? He's looking for a reaction for a reason. He's trying to see where you are mentally, where he can begin his planned attack, okay? To trick the voice into doing what he says, okay? The devil is very sneaky. He's so sneaky, he knows how to get you tricked, okay? And that's why they call you tricks. Okay? When you're getting tricked on the street. You weren't nothing more than a trick. Everybody knew the in and out routes on you. It goes in this way, it goes out that way. Okay? It's a slip and slide. And the last thing you really want to understand about this message, about the safety network, is the data. Okay? You always got to know the data, which is the basis to the communication. Okay? It's the first thing you understand about anything that's communicating and operating under communication. The tree operates with the next tree. It has to. They have to communicate because they're standing side by side. They communicate together because they're rooted next to each other. They connect through the rooting. They may even touch roots. And which then, if they wrap their roots together, then they are stronger together. You stand stronger in a storm. Together is together. Solo is you're going to ride the game out all by yourself. And not many people know how to do that. Most people are followers, not leaders. And that's the next thing about the safety network, is you got to lead yourself, okay? You got to be a leader. In order to win and be safe, you got to lead your own path. Every leader in this world who's ever led has accomplished this right here. Victory. Okay? Leading an army. The only way to lead an army is to get a victory. If he gets defeated, guess what? He's somebody else's slave now. Welcome to concentration camps. And you're going to boo-hoo, cry your way out. Let me see you do it. Behind the fence. There's barbed wired up and a bunch of soldiers out there with weapons that are automatics. It's going to be a lot of crying, okay? First thing you're going to try to do is you're going to see the one try to escape. When he goes to escape, you see him get gunned down. It's called the gunners. Okay? They tell you to run as fast as you can towards that fence to see how far you can make it. Anyone who's ever done it, been gunned down. That's why they called him the gunner. He came through and he was just sharpshooter. And you had to step, he just pops the door open, takes his little shot, bang, right in the back you go. And then they call you Hugo, okay? You thought you were the boss. You realized you lost. Now, anytime you've ever came up against your enemy, you thought your enemy wasn't going to enslave you.